All right, I'm going to beg you not to take any one sentence that I say today out of context. Let the conversation all be together. Last week, I rustled some jimmies when I said that I would kneel for the national anthem, and then I alluded to a couple other things. So today I'm going to work it all the way through, but let it all take place as one conversation and not one soundbite. I'm nervous. This could be a mess. Buckle up. Here we go. More than ever, they are committed to you carrying safely. It's hiddenhybridholsters.com, friends of mine, but also friends of the Second Amendment. And boy, do they work. Craftsmanship that is unparalleled and a rockin' customer service. It's hiddenhybridholsters.com. Tell them I sent you. Jump over there. You people, thanks for every thumbs up. Thank you for not taking me out of context. Y'all are amazing. Thank y'all. I hope you had a great weekend. Somebody asked me today, am I going to cover the Trump stuff? And I think the assassination attempt it was weak. And I think people that talk about this, it's been talked about enough today already, because today it's already after lunch. So I got to get this moving. All right. So last week I was talking a little bit about kneeling for the national anthem. I want to say really clearly, and this audience is a little different than most audiences in that I think you all can understand this. Things are not black and white. Yes, I know people get wild when I say that, and they're like, they go biblical on me. Yes, I get it. There are some things that are black and white. Should you kick a puppy dog? No. Should you own a Jimenez? No. Should you buy a Keltec? Maybe. They're fun. But everything's not black and white. Things live in tension with each other. I told my dad the other day that I feel like it's really hard to be a Christian in 2024. Sometimes I'll give money to a homeless person, and on one hand, I'm like, it's something I feel like I'm supposed to do every now and then. And then other times, at the same time, the tension happens at the same time. I can give that, and at the same time, the other part of me is like, they're probably going to go snort that up their nose or put it here or smoke it. Who knows? And they can coexist together. We're not chasing this today, Satan. I'm still mad at Trump over the bump stocks. Yes, I know the NRA probably led him astray, and I know this, and I know this, and I know this, and I know this. I'm still voting for the guy. I can vote for him, and as soon as I press the button, go, I am willingly and enthusiastically going to vote for him. And I can go, When he said the words, due process second, that's a problem. And I can still go, you know what? Hells yeah, I'm going to vote for him. Enthusiastic. Does that make sense? The tension is there. Adults live in the tension. People that live in the real world live within the gray. Yes, there's some things, communism bad, democracy good. Actually, Johnny, we're a constitutional republic. The idea of democracy is an idea. It's an ideology. Democracy good, communism bad. We're actually a constitutional republic. If you say the words democracy on YouTube, there's 37 dudes who have to type that out, constitutional republic. I get it. I'm messing with y'all on some level today. Now, last week I said that I would kneel for the national anthem. We got a tension going on here. Just saying that. I was a Boy Scout. I yelled Wolverine during Wolverine. I mean, all of it. Love me some Rambo. All of it. I'm in on the USA. I'm still in on the USA. Still. But would I kneel for the national anthem? I can have on the back of my car the "Don't Tread on Me" tag, which I do. Don't tread on me. And at the same time, I can roll my eyes and go, I had to pay the government extra. I don't just buy a tag. I pay for the level up. I pay the government money to say, please, Daddy, can I have this tag on there? And I have to pay Big Daddy, pay Uncle Sam. And both are true at the same time. I can like the message. I can want that yellow tag on my green truck because I think it looks good. And I think the message is cool. And I like being connected to the history of the Gadsden flag. And I can go, well, how dumb is that? I said last week that we live in a society. You are governable. You are governable. You don't disobey all the time, and neither does this guy. As soon, and I said this last week, as you drive within the lines or stop at a red light, you have agreed that we're in a society. And some of y'all had some really cool things to say in there about, okay, these are the things that we need to obey. If we get the village together, we need to have some rules. How about we don't kill each other? How about there? How about we don't kill each other? It's a nice start. Follow that rule. I will obey that. And these guys, some of y'all last week said there's other rules, there's things that are unethical or immoral that we shouldn't follow. I am a big believer in ethical disobedience and moral disobedience also. And I think it's important, and we have to know where we're going to draw the line in the sand. I started a company with a friend, and it was called Shall Not Comply. Some of y'all remember that. It was called Shall Not Comply, and we got really, really hit on Facebook to the point where we couldn't do business, so we changed the name to TriStar. But the Shall Not Comply package is still there, and people said, Johnny, do you really not comply? And I'm like, yeah, well, I have a business license. I had to fill that out and comply with all state laws and tax laws. However, in theory, this is just talking, there are a lot of things I do in my life that are very much in disobedience to rules and regulations. I feel like my phone is listening to me right now. This is all theory. I follow all rules and regulations completely. Thank you, Zuckerberg. There's time for disobedience and time for obedience. Now, to the idea of kneeling, there is a Republican guy, and he probably means well, who is trying in his state to pass a law that says you have to stand for the national anthem. The second I read that, and it was one was force, and the word was force that was in the media, force students to stand. I will go kneel with them tomorrow. And I was driving over here to the studio a few minutes ago, and I thought about it. Would I really kneel? The answer is yeah, I think I would. But I also think I would get an eye twitch, and somehow Rocky would be on one shoulder going, don't you do it, man. Don't you do it. You love America. Adrian. And the Wolverines would be going, Wolverines and freedom and fight communism. And they're both whispering to me, don't do it. And I probably would, because I think it is unethical to force people to worship a flag. And I willingly will stand, put my hand on my heart, and I love it. Always have. I have never, to my knowledge, never failed to sit through a national anthem, let alone kneel. I am saying if the government, the federal government, not just on a state, if they were to try to force us on that, I'm going to kneel. I'm going to kneel tomorrow. And there's 1,000 other stories in my life that play out exactly like that. That's a really easy example. Here's the part where you could take things out of context. I am a huge believer in the Second Amendment. Obviously. Hope so. Hope it's obvious. I believe that we should be able to buy whatever, whenever. I really like Ronald Reagan. He said, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall. He also signed the machine gun ban. And I love seeing Republican guys, and I'm a registered one. I'm in the tension. I'm a registered one also. But I love seeing Republican guys get really twitchy when you say, Reagan signed the machine gun ban. Well, he signed what they put in front of him. Oh, did he? That makes it better. That he signed. He did. We can still buy them. They're just really, really, really expensive. But I still think he was a rad president. There's some things he did that I really like. I think it's great in a lot of ways. And there's still the eye twitch. I'm pro Second Amendment. I do not believe, and I'm going to jump I don't know where the line is, but way out here, I don't believe individuals should have the ability to eliminate another country or another city. I don't believe individual people should have intercontinental ballistic capabilities, because people can get brain chemistry, they can get upset, they can have a bad day, they can get neurotic, they can start having a moment of separation from reality, and they're like, F Canada, and they blast Montreal. I think that's immoral and certainly unethical for an individual to be able to blast an entire city, or to a single individual whose name is not the Lord. You're not God. I don't think a single individual should condemn an entire city to death, women and children. I think that's a problem. So that's way over there. On this end, should we have guns? Yep. Machine guns? Yep. Tanks? Yep. Bazookas? Yep. Full auto belt feds? Double? Yep. I think 100%. If you can afford a jet, go buy a jet. You can buy MiGs. MiGs are super easy to get. They're not even that expensive in the grand scheme. So yeah, I think intercontinental is wrong. Now here's where I get, and this is the part I don't want to have things taken out of context. I don't think nuclear weapons are moral. I really don't. I think they are immoral. However, I also believe that as a society, our enemies should fear us big time. And so I can understand the armament that says two things. One, we're going to match or supersede whatever anybody has against us, even match or supersede our allies. So I get it. Arm up, baby. Let's be strong, because in strength comes peace. And I also believe that it's probably immoral. I think nuking children is immoral. However, I understand the response that we had to make in World War II after Pearl, and I get it. Like, I get all of it. In theory, it's immoral. In practicality, I understand that strength wins in this world, and both of those are in tension with each other. Please don't take that out of context. I think you can hear the spirit behind this. I get it. I totally get it. But I think the world would be a better place if those machines had never been invented. That is 50-year-old me talking. 40-year-old with me was like, F Japan, sorry, you got what you got. And which I also still believe that. At the same time, I can still go, yeah, it'd probably be better if Oppenheimer never had done what Oppenheimer did. Maybe. All of that to say this, we live in the gray. Last week rustled some jimmies. I wanted to work through some gray areas today and understand, yeah, there's black and white. Yes, there are black and white. You punch me, you're getting punched back. I'm a lover, not a fighter. I'll probably write you a stern letter. There are black and white things in this world. I'm going to my Bible study tonight, and there's a lot of non-negotiables tonight that we're going to be working through. But in the day-to-day life, especially in governing a civilized society, there's a lot of gray, and you have to make decisions that you 89% agree with, but part of you is like, ugh. And we can see the consequences or the challenges in those areas. I said all that to say this. If the federal government wants to make a law that's going to make us stand, I say we lock arm in arm, take one knee, and put up a middle finger to the Fed.
This gun fits my hand better than this one does.
Diabetes.